Son of a biscuit. All right, we're done. We're going. We're good. Okay. Is this the new one? Okay, we're back, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay. Yay. Okay. All right. Sorry. I lost all of the questions. Thanks, guys. Sorry. My computer died. That was completely my fault. So laptop died, lost the stream, lost all the questions. Facebook still going strong. These are my ride or dies here. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Let's go into this question. Jolene says, the long distance relationship block caught my interest because I used to prefer those. Can you give me some examples of why or how to look into that? Yeah. So why is this so blurry, guys? I'm having some serious technical difficulties today. Oh, well, whatever. It is what it is. So long distance relationships, people that choose those, a lot of it is because they're, there's a multitude of reasons it could be, but it could be a fear of intimacy. It could be a fear of somebody getting in too close so that they can't, like if someone gets in too deep, they can uproot the whole tree, right? They can uproot the whole system. But if you only let them down a couple inches, they can't really dig up the whole system if they leave or do whatever. So it's a way of protecting ourselves from people to keep this distance between us in this relationship, whether it's emotional distance or physical distance. It prevents us from getting too hurt, getting too involved, getting too intimate, getting too deep, whatever it is usually. So that's where I would look for you. That's where I would start looking. I'm sorry, this is so blurry. I don't know what the fudge the problem is today. That didn't help. Okay. Okay. Appreciate everybody. Hatchoon says, is it okay to miss my specific person while trying to manifest them, or does it indicate neediness? If you can take those moments of missing them and notice it and turn it into just like an appreciation of them. Oh, they're so sweet. I'm so glad I have them in my life. Like thinking of them, if you want to think about them, fine, but it's got to be in a way that, like, if it manifested right this moment, if they dropped into your reality the exact way that you're thinking of them right now, or if the way I'm thinking about my situation manifested right now, i.e., am I thinking of lack because I'm going to get more of this? If it manifested right in this moment, would I be okay with it? And if the answer is not, okay, yeah, fine, then you're going to want to shut that down and redirect to another thought that works for you. So if you pay attention, be on top of it. And if you do notice yourself questioning it or missing them, remind yourself, you know what? I have a really great person in my life. I'm so excited that this relationship is unfolding in such an amazing way. And they're so cool. So glad I have them in my life, whatever. Changing that energy to an appreciation instead of a lack, if that makes sense. Maureen says, worth the wait. Thank you, doll. You're so so sweet. Thank you. Sarah says, I just recently affirmed that I'm a ride or die. You said that before I said it? Girl. You guys are so sweet. I love everybody. Love you all. Okay. Stephanie says, how do you stop from feeling like you missed opportunities? I manifested meeting my famous SP and I feel like I should have given him my number because I don't know when I'll see him again. Okay. Girl, I'm like the queen of missed opportunities. I even had a psychic tell me I had a lot of missed opportunities in my past. I was like, bitch, get out of here. So I get that. I really get that. But from now on, that can't be your story. Instead of looking at this situation like I did it wrong and lack, you need to be looking at the fact I manifest this famous person. Period. Cool. I'm really good at this. Next time I see him, even better. Next time I see him after that, even better than that. Next time I see him after that, even better. Because instead of feeling like you didn't do it right, celebrate the fact that you did it at all, right? And then keep going with it. Because I've manifested famous people before too, and I've like messed it up both times, but I didn't look at it as I messed it up. I looked at it as, oh my God, I just manifested a person that doesn't know I exist to be into my physical reality. I'm fucking powerful. RA says, can a person manifest an SP that is already married? Yeah, you can. It's just, it's your idea of the situation, your perception of it. So if you think it's wrong, if you think it's not possible, if you think it's hard, any of these things, those are going to be standing in the way of your manifestation and standing in the way of you achieving it. But it's not that it's not possible. Marriage is just a circumstance. But you have to feel like it's okay. If you feel bad about it, you're adding negativity to the situation. It will be harder for it to manifest. Okay, Valentina says, hey, Roxy, I try really hard not to obsess over my SP, but I have a very obsessive mind and I can't do anything without them popping up. Is there any affirmation you suggest? I don't suggest an affirmation. I suggest you be on top of every single thought that you have. You need to be very, very diligent. And instead of looking at your obsessive mind in a bad way, use it to your advantage. So if I'm going to obsess and my thoughts are going to spiral, I'm only going to spiral on things that work for me. Otherwise, you don't get to be up here because I'm in control of what goes on in here, not the other way around. What goes on in here does not control me. I control it. And I decide that if you are going on in my mind, you are playing out in a way that works for me, in a way that if you manifested right this second in my reality, would I be okay with it? Hell yes. So if you're thinking about your person, you have to be thinking about them in a way that works for you. You have to be thinking about them in a way that, like I said, if they manifested, if what's on your mind right this second manifested right now, if you'd be okay with it, then cool. Continue to think it. If not, shut it down, redirect. You have to be on top of it. And I don't care if you have the thought 100 times about your person not doing what you want them to do. You need to have the productive thought 101 times. You know what I'm saying? You got to be always going back to the one you want and not letting yourself settle on a thought, a limiting belief, a thought about them not being there, a thought of lack, doubt, whatever. What the fuck is going on Facebook? You guys! Frustrated because the Facebook looks like garbage. And I just like erased all the, oh, there they are. Okay, I was like, oh, I got the comments back. Okay. Daisy says, what does gaining momentum mean in terms of manifesting? So, okay, let's think about something. I want to use a negative example or negative thought example. So when you have, let's say you have a person that you don't know what they're doing and they might be with a third party. You think there might be a third party. When you start having that first thought of, oh God, what if there was someone else? Oh my God, what if there was someone else? I wonder if it's that one bitch that lives in his fucking building, that fucking bitch. Oh my God, she's always there. She's always in his business. She's always around. I know they're doing something. I know she looks at him weird and I know she's always trying to go out of her way. I'm gaining momentum. I'm building. I'm billowing on and this is not just for negative. This is just how I'm just as an example. That's what gaining momentum is. These thoughts, they're grabbing other thoughts, and those thoughts are grabbing thoughts, and those thoughts are grabbing thoughts. And pretty soon we have all these thoughts and these ideas going and billowing on this idea that may or may not work for us. So if we're building and something we don't like, we need to shut it down right in that moment and then redirect to something that does work for us. I'm having some testicle difficulties here, guys. JS is seeing, oh, interesting. I'm seeing momentum in their manifestations. Interesting. So things are gaining, they're changing, they're evolving, they're growing, they're getting bigger, they're getting forward faster, more moving towards where we're going. Bianca says, have you ever looked into Oprah and her manifesting story? She's the one who introduced me to all this. Yeah, Oprah is one of my, when I used to have all those affirmations on my sticky notes, there was one about Oprah, because Oprah, I watched this thing and I was like, what if Oprah had been an accountant? Because she'd been fired a bunch or something like that, but she definitely was almost fired from her network job right before they ended up deciding to give her her own show, which obviously was the smartest fucking idea ever. But when I was trying to quit my job, I always used to say, what if Oprah was an accountant? What if Oprah had been an accountant? how many lives, would still be suffering or whatever. So yes, love her. Can't wait to meet her someday. Let's see. Antoinette says, been trying to manifest him back, and I had a feeling that he broke up with her this weekend, but I still have limiting beliefs. Any tips? Just the same as with everything else. You need to be really on top of it. If you know that you're going to be having these funky thoughts and like feeling weird things and worrying about stuff, then be on top of it. Pay attention to what you're doing and don't let yourself settle on the limiting beliefs. If you catch something, if you catch yourself saying, oh, he's probably going to go back. Wait, what am I? Did I just give my man to someone else? Absolutely not. This is my guy. He loves me. He loves being around me. This relationship is awesome. We have the most amazing bond, and it's getting better and better every day. He loves being with me. He is so in this relationship. You got to change the story around it, and you change it every time. Okay. Malia, I love when you guys ask me to talk about myself. No, I'm just kidding. Not that I don't. It's just that I could do that all day, and I don't want to spend these like talking about myself because I don't want to be selfish. But Malia says, hey, love, can you talk about any goals you have for this year? I'm so excited to see the amazing things you're going to do. Much love. Okay, I'll talk about a little one. So first of all, I set my 6-month goal, which is $100,000 a month driving a G-Wagon. Why not? Moving into a new house, absolutely, because that's going to change a lot for me. I spend like at least probably like 2 hours a day walking my dogs just from like adding the time up, and it just takes away so much time. I'm up till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning editing videos. Then I wake up and edit, watch the live stream with you guys, then go into coaching sessions, then go back into editing, and that's my whole life. So spending more time with my husband, doing a life, like I want to live a life, making this more simple for me. I'm hiring my assistant is starting at the end of the month. And then, yeah, so I have books in the works. We have new music we're going to be working on. I have an old album that I kind of have to deal with. It's the one about the passing of my sister/cousin that I've been working on for a couple of years. I just need to get it done and like off my plate, and not like in a callous way, but like I have to close that chapter. And I have to give it all of its attention that it deserves. That album needs to be made and it needs to be finished. So next month we're going back into the studio to work on that album. And then once that's done, me and my producer Malachi, we're going to start working on like motivational music, like, but good. So that'll be really fun. And books, touring. I really want to start doing like conventions. Me and my friend, she owns a production company. We're in talks about branching out into TV, branching out into like seminars, things like that, traveling, expanding the brand. That's where I see this year for me, is really expanding, growing. I have big thought. I know where this is going. I know exactly how it's not exactly how it's going to unfold, but I just know that it's going to be big. So that's where we're going. Thank you for asking. Carla says, is it healthy to be in many manifesting groups? I feel like people bring each other down with negative posts. It's interesting because my mods are like the most amazing people ever. And they freaking work around the clock to get this shit out, like get these negative posts out, because you're right. It's not fair. Well, it's not healthy to go into a group where you're supposed to be manifesting and discussing positive things and everyone's bitching about their situation, their circumstances. So that's why my mods are on top of it. And that's why we do have rules, because Facebook is a bitch land. You're already on Facebook. You're already on bitch land. Go bitch to your friends. Don't come into a manifestation group where people are trying to change and help each other and bitch about stuff that you created for yourself, right? So if it's a group where people are negative, I wouldn't go in there. If you try Black Moon Society, we're really working on it. We're on top of it. We're trying. Some people get kind of like annoyed and rude about their posts getting deleted, but at the same time, it's for the greater good and it's nothing personal. So there's my just little soapbox about that. But if it's negative, yeah, don't go in there, because if you know something brings you down, don't do it to yourself. That's my advice for anything. Daisy says, can you give more examples about the scripting technique you talked about in your recent scripting video? So yeah, I script every single night. I have my book by my bed so that I have no excuse but to do it. I usually write about a page. Sometimes I don't, because sometimes I go to bed at like 5 a.m, like I said, and I'm just tired. But I like write a page about, this is the way I describe it. I write my past, present, and future as if it's happening now in a way that works for me. So, for example, everything is working out for me. The universe is constantly surprising and delighting me. Things always work out for me. I'm always taken care of. I'm helping millions of people. My business is booming. I'm a self-manifested billionaire. Millions of dollars flow to me every single day. Money comes every single day from so many different sources. People love me. They respect me. They respect my time. They hang off my every word. They find me to be the most cutting, or what I say, I'm the most leading edge law of attraction person. Somebody said that to me. I was like, that's because I scripted that last night. I mean, I write crazy things. Like, I literally have huge, lofty goals, things that I write in there, because why the fuck not? And if I get anywhere near it, good enough for me. I write, again, past, present, future, as if it's happening now. We don't know whether or not the billions are sitting in my bank account right now, energetically or physically. Doesn't really matter, because either way, I'm a self-manifested billionaire. Things are working out for me. Everything is unfolding exactly the way I want it to. This is the stuff I script. It's the same stuff that we affirm. It's the same stuff we talk about all day long. All these ideas, our new programming, our new thoughts, we put them into play during the day, and we put them into play as we're falling asleep, so that we dream about it and we think about it, and we're vibrating on that idea during our meditation, AKA sleep session. Okay. Gianna, okay, what you just said, tomorrow's video is about that subject. I'm going to read your question. But she says, after working on myself, I don't know if I want my SP back anymore, but at the same time, I feel like it's giving up when I know I can manifest him. What do I do to feel peace? Yeah, so actually discuss that tomorrow. Should you give up on your manifesting your specific person? That's the thing. That is the thing, is that once you start realizing you can have anything that you want, absolutely anything, you start to say, was I settling for this dusty old sack of potatoes? Do I need it anymore? Not really. Could I manifest it? Yep. Did I already? Yes. Did it work out the way I wanted it to? Not necessarily. Does that matter? Not at all. So it's up to you. Can you manifest him? Listen, just say, I know I can manifest him. It's not a question for me. It's more so, do I even want that anymore? Do I deserve it? Kind of looking for bigger, better, faster, stronger. So I'm just going to let that one go. Can I manifest him? Absolutely. Great. Cool. Good for me. Got the medal. Let's move on. Let's get our life looking like how we actually want it, and not something that the old version of us would settle for. If that makes sense. Okay. Little Bex, yeah, you're still on after Love Island finished on TV. That's so funny. Thank you for, I love reality TV, so I understand why you would have to get your episode in. Reality TV is one of my guilty pleasures. It's, for some reason, it's like soul replenishing for me. Not soul replenishing, but it helps release like seeing other people have drama, because I'm not really a drama person, so I don't really do much life at all. But seeing people have their drama and be ridiculous is like kind of cathartic, and you're just like, whoo, my life is actually really amazing. I don't know if that's why I watch it, but I love trashy reality TV. Okay. Angelina says, can I manifest my parents falling in love again? Yes, absolutely. I love this question. Such a great question. So we're just going to change the story about them. No more of this, can I? No more of this falling in love again. No more of any of this old stuff. Mom and dad, like, oh my God, did I just see dad grab mom's butt? They're so cute. Like, oh my God, they're like high school kids again. I feel like I keep seeing them as like sneaky little kisses. Like I don't know what happened to them, but they figured something out, because they're like teenagers. They're over there kissing in the corner. They're making everybody feel uncomfortable with their love, but we love it. Of course, we like to see them like this, but dang, look at my parents. They're so cute. They are so in love. Change the whole story. And yes, you will see evidence of it, and then just keep going. Okay. Jazz said, Roxy, my boyfriend just broke up with me like 3 hours ago. Should I let the feelings of being sad just happen, or should I keep affirming that we're together? How would you raise your vibrations? I would say, yeah, let the feelings happen, but that doesn't mean the thoughts go. Just because we feel the feelings does not mean we let the thoughts go. Because remember, the thoughts add momentum, like we were saying earlier, meaning that if we let the thoughts add to the sad feeling, the depression, the worry, the loss, the whatever, we're making our situation 10 times worse. So when we feel the feelings, you need to stay in the mind frame of knowing that this is all fine. It's going to work out. This is going to work out. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Because we don't need to, or we don't know what needs to fall apart in order for things to fall together. So we're not going to assume anything except this is working out. I don't know what's happening. I don't need to know, but everything is fine. Everything is fine. I am okay. Everything is fine. I'm not going to die. We're okay. Everything is fine. Things like that. And then let your body feel sad, because you want to get those feelings out. The reason that the body's going to feel them, and they're going to hold on to them until you allow them to be felt. So instead of like pushing them down and like quieting them so that they get bigger and louder, just feel them and let them go. Get them out of you as much as fast as you can, but don't let the thoughts join, because that's going to prolong the process. Ms. Hill says, why do I get signs of my SP, like seeing his name and not him pursuing me? Well, first of all, that alone is manifesting, because, oh, I can see his name, but he can't text me. He can't come over here, but I see his name everywhere. Why isn't this working? That alone is manifesting. Plus, whatever feelings you have about him, you, the situation, relationships in general, your past parents' relationship, like all of these things create all the barriers that we kind of like corral ourselves in. So you're gonna have to do a little bit of digging and see what your true beliefs are about your situation, what you truly believe is possible for you and your person, and all that stuff. Phoenix Rising says, how do you embrace the fact that you are the God of your own universe? Wednesday we get into, it's about how to believe in your own power, believe your new thought process. Same kind of question and energy. But basically, you have to affirm it every day. You have to practice it. You have to show yourself every day. You have to remind yourself. You have to allow yourself to let things come to you so that you're like, oh yeah, I did that. I did that too. And even going back into your past and noticing, catching the moments where you knew something was going to happen and it played out exactly the way you wanted it to, or those moments where it seems impossible, but you don't care. You just knew something was going to happen and it did, or, good or bad. Think about the times when things have manifested and you're like, I know that thing came from my thoughts, and that's fucking weird. So we take those moments, we start there, and then we start understanding, like I say, look into quantum physics, because if you can understand how energy behaves on the planet, then you can draw correlations to your world, since we're all energy. And that's the way I try to figure out what's going on, is just by seeing, what does energy do? Okay, cool. How do I adapt that and relate it to my life and how I behave? How do I make this work for me? Constantly practicing, constantly affirming, telling yourself that you are in control, telling yourself that it's easier every day, letting it be easier every day, stuff like that. And then, yeah, check out tomorrow's video, because I go into depth about that. Thanks, Brianna. I appreciate you. Okay. Actress Harshfield says, manifested seeing SP after 2 months out of the blue. He needed a favor. I've been taking a full 360 approach, scripting, etc. Sometimes it feels like it's not enough or feels stale. Any tips to spice it up? Yeah, to me, that says that you are not taking it the next step forward, that it's working for you, but you haven't moved it along, and you're back to that point of where you're continuing to manifest or to affirm the 3D world again. So you want to always keep these things moving. Try to put yourself like 2 weeks out if you can, or however long out, but a believable amount of time ahead of you, so that you're kind of manifesting in that new arena of like where we're going land. Irene says, yes to the G-Wagon. Oh, I love my G-Wagon. Okay, Ari says, are you me pushed out? I guess I am. Is everyone a figment of my imagination? That's why it's easy to manipulate and place a role to anyone. Thank you for answering my question earlier. Okay, great question. Great question. Okay, so are you me pushed out? Okay, so my belief of this whole situation, again, it's constantly evolving. I always want to be open to change. I don't want to feel like, oh, this is how it is and this is how it's going to be. Because I feel like a lot of people that like talk about this stuff, they don't really, and I'm not trying to bash anyone, because I've been there myself, where I was like, I felt like I knew what it was and I didn't need to learn anymore. That's how I was for like 6 years. I was like, I read The Secret. I understand how to work it. I'm good. And I like almost refused to find out anything else because I was like, I got it. I don't need to know anything else. Well, boy, was I wrong, right? Because here we are. So now it's way more important to me to constantly be learning and growing and evolving because again, I want to know what the hell is going on here and how do I use it to my advantage. And I don't care if I used to believe something yesterday and now I understand that it's wrong or not wrong, but just not completely accurate. Fine, cool. My views are changing. I'm not ashamed or afraid to say that some things I said earlier, I don't necessarily subscribe to anymore. And that's why I'm always, again, looking forward. So, so right now, the way that I feel is that we do, I think I talked about this last week. I think we do have free will. And I think that everyone's got free will, obviously, because how can I have free will? How can I say that, yes, I have free will, we have free will in our realities, and then say you don't have free will, but you have a reality. So you've got to have free will somewhere. So I think the free will comes in to when we select versions of the people that we want. And again, this is not manipulation because I don't have time to change you. I don't care what you think right now. It's none of my damn business because I'm not interested in you, old version, the version of you that's disrespectful or doesn't want to be with me or has a wandering eye or doesn't have their shit together or whatever, or thinks that I'm a loser or what. I mean, really whatever. I don't have time for this version because that's not what I want. If I can select anything that I can conceive of, then I'm going to select a version of you that already thinks I'm freaking awesome. Otherwise, I don't have time. I'm not manipulating anything. I'm simply locking in on a version of you that exists out there already. I'm not changing you. I don't have time for that. I'm way too powerful to waste my time trying to convince you of something. No. I'm too busy convincing me of something all day long. And what I'm convincing myself of is that I can choose whatever reality that I want. And I choose the one where you already think what I want you to think. Therefore, nobody's free will has been infringed upon. Nobody has been manipulated or changed or anything. I just simply am only going to entertain you acting, behaving, and doing the things that I want so that that's the version of you I come in contact with, period. So, yeah, so it's not manipulation. Is it a figment of your imagination? Maybe, but I used to think that everybody was an empty vessel, but I don't know if I subscribe to that anymore. Again, I kind of cut that out. Even my specific person workshop, I have to fix that up, but, I just don't know if I believe that anymore. I think that we're all here somehow. And when I come into contact with you, you have free will, but so do I. And I'm only going to choose a version that's going to use their free will to do stuff that I agree with. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, Jazz, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You're so generous. You guys are so kind. I love you. Thank you. Okay. Etuna says, I'm manifesting everything but the kitchen sink regarding my SP. His roommates contacting me, guys asking me out left and right, just not him reaching out. Am I complicating things in my head? Probably. I mean, not that you can't. You said I'm manifesting everything but the kitchen sink regarding it. Okay. No, I would say that this is good. This is good. This is instead of taking stock in the fact that you're getting everything but him, because that alone manifests. That idea, I can get anything but the freaking guy that I want. Manifest modes over print, right? Over and over and over. So, no, it is working. You are getting closer and closer every day. It's evidenced by the fact that people in his life are reaching out to you. Other people are seeing your worth. Therefore, he is too. And it's working. It is working. And then look at what kind of like insecurities or doubts or fears or worries or whatever that you have regarding this person or relationships in general, so that, you're kind of on top of it and you kind of are like aware that these kind of weird thoughts might creep up. And so if they do, I have a countermeasure, I have a counterattack, I have another affirmation that I can launch in response to that. And then I have that in, which day was that? Okay, that's Thursday's video. So there'll be more about that topic I just talked about. Arby says, when is it manipulation? Okay, when it's manipulation is when you are trying to change the version of them that's already here, okay? Because things that are already here have already manifested. They are what they are. They go from potentiality to isness. Like this is what it is now. Now that it's manifested, it is what it is. So if I am trying to change this version I have to like me, change the way you feel, manipulate you into thinking something else, convince you, push you, put you into situations that make you feel uncomfortable, that's manipulation. We don't want to do anything that has to do with the old version. Okay. Just think about it like this. If I'm fucking with the old version, it's manipulation. If I'm entertaining them being the way that I want them to be and only entertaining them that way, I don't care what they are doing in front of me, in my text message, in my ear, in my mind, I am only thinking of them in a way that works for what we're doing and where we're going. So if I'm manifesting a happy, healthy, whole relationship and I walk in on you banging somebody else, and this is just a very extreme example, in my head, I gotta be walking in on you knitting a sweater with an old lady or something, or you're just doing crafts with your mom. I don't know. But literally, it's like your mind has to be only entertaining what you want in order for that to be in your physical reality. That was kind of an extreme example, but if you don't get it, let me know. Okay, Eddie says, I manifested my SP, but the relationship isn't yet what I want. What am I doing wrong or missing? Okay, you're not doing anything wrong. I don't like that. What? You're just not quite focused enough in the way that you want to be. You might be taking stock in the 3D world. Obviously, you're noticing, you're saying that it's not right. You think you're doing something wrong. You think you're missing something, when in reality, you should be celebrating the fact that it's working and it's getting better every single day. And you're staying in the mind frame of the version of you that's manifesting the right version of them, right? Because it's not about them being better. It's about you being able to only entertain them in a way that works for you, meaning that you are the version of you that's in the relationship where they are acting the way you want, okay? Because the version of you, let's read the question again. The version of you that is okay. The version of you that's in the relationship and it's going the way you want isn't worried that you're doing something wrong. They aren't noticing that things are missing or they're not working out. It's working exactly the way they want to because they are selecting the version of them that works. So you need to be selecting the version of them, meaning you have to be healthy enough in your own mind, happy, healthy, whole, to not entertain old versions or take stock in the 3D reality that doesn't work for you. I hope that answers your question. Megan says, hi, Roxy. What's an affirmation I can use for my situation? My SP is in a relationship right now, and I love seeing him happy, but I know that he's who I will end up with, if that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. So, you have to decide what you want to do with the situation. Are you wanting him to break up out of this relationship to be with you? Are you going to be patient, knowing that no matter what, he's going to be with you at the end of the day, so you don't have to like worry about it? Kind of see where you're at with that, because it's your own belief, your own like believability of the new story that's going to determine whether or not it manifests easily for you. So if you decide that you don't care if his relationship breaks up, then yeah, you guys are in a relationship. Everything is working out. Of course, you're together. This makes so much sense. He loves being with you. He loves being in a relationship that actually fulfills him, yada, yada, yada. If you can wait and just like wait for it to play out naturally, which kind of the same thing, honestly, just knowing that we're together. This is my man. This is my person. I don't care what's happening in my 3D world. We're together. We have an amazing bond. Kind of the same idea, letting things play out naturally the way they do. That's what would be my suggestion, but I don't know how impatient you are and how focused or determined you are to make this happen now. And that's on you. Desconocido says, can I manifest passing bar exams in a language I don't speak very well in the next 5 weeks? I don't know. Can you? I mean, of course you can. If you can conceive of a reality where you have passed this bar exam in that language, then it exists out there. So you just need to be in the mind frame of the version of you that has passed, that is comfortable enough to pass, right? Because I don't know. It's interesting that you said that, because like I know like enough Spanish to understand your name, but as soon as I said it, I was like, God, that sounds so white, which is like why I don't like to speak Spanish, because it sounds really white and it's embarrassing. And so I don't, or I should say it sounds very Anglo. I don't really identify as white, but yeah, this is on you. Like, this is your believability. If you believe that it's possible to step into that role of the version of you that's comfortable enough to pass this exam, it's like, of course I can do this. I got this. Then yeah, absolutely. Go there, do it, try it, see what happens. Valentina, my heart goes out to you. She says, I want to thank you for teaching me not to let my thoughts come with me when I have a breakdown. That's such a great way to put it. It helped me so much today, even though I cried like a baby. I will be forever grateful. The thing about it is that, like, when you don't allow the thoughts to go with you, like 20 miles down anxiety road or down depression road or whatever, you don't have to come 20 miles back, because without the thoughts, you don't go that far down that road. It's the thoughts that make it worse. And so once the feelings pass, they pass quicker because you haven't added to the momentum and taken yourself down the road. You have to come all the way back. And B, your thoughts are already at everything is fine. You left your thoughts at everything is fine. So now you don't have to pick your thoughts back up and get your thoughts back on board. They're already on board. They never left. They never deboarded, or what is the, I don't know, the opposite of boarding. they never got off the boat. So if the thoughts are there, now I gotta, what the fuck is the word I'm thinking of? Disembarked. If your thoughts don't disembark, then you don't have to worry about boarding them again, right? So once we let the feelings pass, once the cry fest is over, we're kind of good. I'm kind of like, I'm okay up here because I've not let myself go too far. So it helps, it shortens all of it. It makes it easier to get through those moments, anxiety, depression, things like that. Pretty Desire says, or Desiree, we should not promote codependency and question why we want people who hurt us. I think we should not promote codependency and also question why we want people who hurt us. You'll never truly be happy until you accept yourself as enough. Yeah, that's true. Because whatever it is that's in you that's manifesting the situation, you're not dealing with it. If it's still happening, you're not dealing with it and it's still there hurting you. So you're right. You need to give yourself what it is that you're missing, or give yourself the love that you need in order to start patching that, and then letting the universe give you instances to feel love, to feel more love. Dr. Saka says, loving Amy Winehouse up here. This is Amy and this is Lana. Her head's cut off, but you guys can get this. The artist that painted these, her name is Dirty Lola on Instagram. Dominique says, how do you feel when discouraged, or sorry, how do you deal when feeling discouraged when your manifestation isn't coming to be? I'm monitoring my thoughts and trying to stay positive, but I'm finding it becoming more difficult with time. Okay, first things first, I have a video for you that's going to be out, I think Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday, they're kind of like back, they're kind of like piggyback off of each other. Wednesday and Thursday will be good for you. What this is telling me is that you don't have your focus on enough things in your life. You're making whatever it is that you're manifesting to be the most important thing, or to be too important in comparison to the rest of your life and other stuff. So you need to start putting your focus on other things, knowing that this is happening. I don't need to worry about that. I don't know how long it's going to take to get here, but I don't really care, because I want it to be perfect and ideal when it gets here. And I don't want it premature. That's our new inside joke. I don't want a premature manifestation. I want a full manifestation, and I want it to be the way that I want it to be. So I'm willing to wait for it to get to the point where it's exactly the way I want it to go. So I'm patient, and to be patient, to practice my patience and to practice my power, I'm going to put my focus on all these other areas of my life that I've been neglecting, because I'm putting so much focus on this other one thing. And then as you do that, you start to see all these things happening. Everything is manifesting. You lose this attachment to like where, when, how long, how come, because so many things are working for you. You start to see like, okay, if that's working, and I kind of know this is working, I don't need to stress about it. Makes it easier. Karen says, my friend just started a new relationship, and some of the things he has said to her are things I wrote while scripting. that I would like to hear from and to happen with my SP. I was excited to hear those things because I feel everything is starting to show up in my reality regarding my SP. Yes, thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so glad where the second end of that sentence went, because I was worried. I hear a lot of people saying, well, I've been scripting and everything. I'm scripting the perfect relationship and all my friends are doing it. And I just keep seeing it on my timeline and it's not happening for me. That isn't helping, right? But you are in a really good spot. You scripted it. You saw it as evidence in your world and you're like, hell yes, this is close. I'm doing it. I'm so proud of myself. Yes, this is happening for me. And that's exactly where you need to be with it. So good job. It's coming. You're doing it. I'm excited for you. Plume says, before discovering law of attraction, I wrote my SP a message that I needed time apart. How do I wrap my mind around having him reach out on his own? I mean, what did you like blow up the phone lines? Like, I mean, you can. So I said I needed time apart and now I'm ready. I can why can't you contact them back? Create an environment in your mind where they're waiting for you to contact them. He's respecting your boundaries like you asked him to. Thank you. He's been working on himself this whole time. Coincidentally, so have you. So now you guys are ready to come back together, stronger, better than ever. And now it's good. So reach out. Like, why does he have to reach out? Why can't you? Why? I just don't. People get these ideas like, I need an apology. He has to reach out. It's like, at the end of the day, does it really matter? If your goal is to be happy, healthy relationship land, does it really matter how you get there? It really shouldn't. Let the universe do what it does. And if you feel like it's time to start reaching out or start bridging that gap, then change the environment in your mind from a questioning to, this is happening. It's happening in the most beautiful way. I'm really excited and it's unfolding perfectly. That's got to be your story. Ah! Oh my God. How do I block this person in the channel? Okay. Oh, Lord. Thank you so much to my mods, you guys. I really appreciate you. I don't know what it is about YouTube that just brings out like the worst in people, but I don't know. Maybe it's a manifestation. Maybe that's all me, but thank you for catching that. I appreciate you guys. Amy says, can you put interest into other people while waiting on your SP? Yeah, absolutely. Because you can have anything. You can have them all. You can have none of them. You can have some of them. You can have one of them. So just know that no matter what it is, everything is working out for me. I'm choosing happy, healthy, harmonious relationships with everybody I come in contact with, and they're always great versions of them, and that's all I need to know. Stacy says, just join this group. My life is already changing. Thank you. Thank you, Stacy. Super happy for you, and welcome to the group. Proud of you. Proud to have you on the team, the community. Ooh, good Lord. Okay, I'm going to say this again. I have to thank my mods one more time because thank you guys. I appreciate what you're doing. I don't see these things till later. So I lost a bunch of the questions in the beginning. I reached the end. Let's see where we're at. I have a couple more here. Okay. Carrie Berry says, I have been separated for a year now. In that time, I've been able to manifest several things. That all said, I am something I have not yet been able to take. I have something I have not yet been able to take to the next level. Suggestions. I mean, you got to change the story. You need to understand that there could be a multitude of reasons why you're not manifesting what you want. So you're going to have to look at your limiting beliefs. You're going to have to look at the story you're actually telling. Are you gossiping with your friends? Are you telling it like it is? Are you taking stock in the 3D? All of these things will prevent your manifestation. So you're going to have to look at your behavior and make sure that you're keeping everything on the straight and narrow. Cases, can you be manifesting 2 SPs at the same time, especially if they're both friends? And then you put 2 emojis, like stressed out emojis. And I would say that that's where your truth is at right there, is that you are worried about it. So that's what's probably going to keep you away from either one or make things weird. So it needs to be okay for you to manifest these 2 people at the same time in order for it to be okay, if that makes sense. Because it's all you. Like, you guys asking if these things are okay, like, I don't know, is it okay? It's your world, not mine. I choose what's okay for me. You choose what's okay for you. And that's truth. Like, there's no, I mentioned earlier the live stream cut out. So if you're just now watching it, you might have to watch the other half of it. The no shirt, no shoes, no service. It's not really a thing. It's not really real, but we all adhere to it because we adhere to it. So you don't have to have these rules. You can just have whatever you want. R, I like your name. R says, what is the most powerful technique / way to change your appearance using the law of attraction? I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Well, the most powerful way to do it is to treat yourself with respect. Tell yourself that you look the way that you do. Stop tearing yourself down. Give yourself compliments when you look in the mirror. No matter what you look like, you need to tell yourself you look the way you want to look. Otherwise, you're continuing to manifest what you want. So you do not get to insult yourself anymore. You do not get to put yourself down. You're telling yourself that you're looking exactly the way that you want to look. You love your body. You love the skin you're in. You look and feel amazing. And that's it. That's got to be your story. So if you are looking for techniques to feel a certain way, you're looking at it wrong, and you need to be, no, I just need to be treating myself with respect and telling myself that I am what I am and not going back to the old story, not tearing down the boat that I'm sailing the ocean in. Stacy says, I manifested everything I wanted my SP to say to me from 0 contact to a random night on Saturday where he did and said everything I wanted. But he was drinking and went back to acting kind of platonic the next day. I know I manifested it this way. It's so interesting to me. I just find it really interesting that you just described how you manifested it, and then you end it by saying, I know I manifested it this way, and then asking me if I have you did it. You manifested it. Pay attention to what you're doing. If you were there in that night and you felt really great, and then it went back to sober days and you're like, well, here we go again. Now he's going to not reach out, or I hope he doesn't stop reaching out. I hope he doesn't disappear on me. I hope he doesn't ghost me again. That's your truth. That's your manifestation. So whatever you did to get him the way he was, keep doing that, and don't notice the 3D or worry about what might happen. Arcade party. Got my Black Moon hoodie and love it. Yes. I'll show mine. I have mine right here. I thought I might get cold. Black Moon Society hoodie. That's the front. This is the back. Black Moon Society. And I've got a new launch coming. 3 new designs coming soon. I got hairs everywhere. If you guys have ideas of things that you might want on the merch, let me know. I'll take it into consideration. Stacy says, thank you, Truth Bomb. You got it, girl. And I say it with love, of course, because you're already doing it. So just look at your behavior, figure out what it is that's causing the kinks in your hose, and stop doing those things. Paula says, how do you handle jealousy from others? I've heard of people hating. If people are hating you, you're doing something right. LOL. Jealousy from others. Just say that they love and appreciate you. They love what you're doing. They find you to be inspiring. They want the best for you. They think you're amazing. They think you have great ideas. They are supportive. Change the story, because people being jealous of you is a reflection of you in your expectations of them, or perpetuating things that have happened and allowing them to continue over and over again. It's not about them. It's about you. It's about why you are attracting people who are jealous of you. Is it just simply because you're saying they are, or is it because there's feelings behind it? Or both? Okay, Elle says, I'm really not happy with my body or eating ways lately. I want to change it for good, but keep falling back. What can I do or manifest permanent success with this? It's the same thing with everything, guys. You have to be disciplined. You're not disciplined, and that's why it's not working for you. It needs to be more important for you to have a tight ass than to eat the cake that you have right now in front of you. And I've said this before as a metaphor for manifesting, and I'm meaning it literally and metaphorically right now. Whatever it is that you want, guys, whatever it is that you're aiming for that you can't seem to get, it's because you're not putting yourself fully in the mind frame of the version of you that already has it. It's you're not letting yourself fully go there and putting all of the thoughts on board. So if you're worrying you can't stop hating yourself, well, stop hating on yourself. Give yourself compliments. Treat yourself better. When you look in the mirror, I don't care how your eyeballs tell you you look, you decide that you look amazing and you look great. You're looking better and better every single day. It's working. You feel amazing. You look amazing. Everything's great. It's getting better and better every single day. You have to brainwash yourself into thinking this way because you're already brainwashed into thinking you look like shit, and I guarantee you don't. So stop treating yourself like that and be disciplined. It needs to be more important for you to reach your end goal than it does for you. Again, it needs to be more important for you to have the tight ass than for you to eat the cake right now. And that goes for everything. Okay. KG says, when my SP comes back into my life, is the next step to be then scripting that we are together and happy? As you're saying, some people get caught in the still manifesting. Yeah, you continue. I mean, not just scripting, but your whole life. Now that your person's back, now we think as the version of ourselves who are in a happy, healthy relationship, happy, healthy, harmonious relationship. You're thinking thoughts that version of you is thinking. That version of you isn't worried about them leaving or going anywhere else or anything like that. That version of you is enjoying the amazing relationship that you have manifested. Okay. I answered this already, but I'll just do it really quick again. Madeline says, hey, Roxy, if I'm manifesting an SP and I'm just waiting on it to arrive and I keep saying it's coming, am I pushing out to the future so it never arrives because it's always coming? Yes, it's here already. It's unfolding in the most amazing way. Every day is getting better and better. Your bond is deepening every single day. You're becoming more and more connected, yada, yada, yada. Hi, babe.
Hello.
I'm glad you're alive. Remember, guys, my brain goes dark when I'm allowed to think. If he's not in my sight, I gotta tell myself that he's okay. Jay Bunny says, since we can't manifest for others and vice versa, how do we manifest a third party if the other person who is having the experience? I'm confused on that. Who says you can't manifest for another person? I didn't say that. I actually said the opposite. And their reflection of you. You manifested a third party for them because you were afraid they were going to leave you, or afraid there was someone better for you, worried that someone down the street was yada, yada, yada. All these reasons that, just even an underlying belief that there's someone out there better than you, or that relationships don't work, or someone always cheats or whatever, is going to manifest it. Karen says, are you getting zip-up hoodies as part of your Black Moon study line? This Teespring is very limited. They have a zip-up hoodie, but it's like all over print. I actually haven't, maybe I can get it. I guess if it's all over, well, I don't know. Because the leggings are like the all over print and they're like weird material and not what I expected them to be when I ordered them. They're like more like slippery. I thought they would be more cottony. So right now the merch line, it kind of just is what it is because that's what Teespring offers. And when I saw people's shelves on their YouTube, like with the merch underneath it, I was like, I have to have that. And that was like a year ago. And so I have been just like chomping at the bit to have that shelf below my video. It doesn't really matter, but I really wanted it. So because that's where the merch is at and it's going through Teespring, we're just limited to what they've got. But eventually I will have like an actual merch line where like things are designed by me and like, that will happen. This just right now is kind of like, I don't know what we got. I wanted to experiment with it. Some of the things I absolutely love. Some of them I'm not the biggest fan of. Like the t-shirts are a little heavy, except for the, I think it's called the premium tee. The premium, something like that. The premium hoodie and the premium tee are really nice, really soft. This is the women's boyfriend tee. And it's a little, I haven't washed it because I just got it. It's a little heavy, like thick, like that old t-shirt material. It's kind of like crunchy. But the premium tee is super soft and the premium hoodie is super soft as well. So long story short, I will look into the zip up hoodie. I know it's all over print, so I don't know what like material it's made out of. So, I'll look into it and see what the options are as far as making that a Black Moon, zip up hoodie as well. Violet says, have to decide soon whether to live in the same city as my SP or this is ex-fiance, or go to a different state where I have a better job, opportunities. We were supposed to be married this month. Hard to know what to do. All right. I'm going to give you some non-manifesting advice. This is just big sister 3D world advice. Girl, go live your damn life. Go get that job, because if the fiance thing was supposed to happen right now, you would be getting married this month, but you're not. And maybe you did manifest that through insecurities or whatever doubts. But as long as you get to the place where you're okay with the situation, and then maybe you want to manifest him back, or you want to get the relationship back to where it was, that's totally fine. But I think if you have this amazing opportunity to grow as a person, I would take that personally. But because a person can move, they can always come be with you, because you can decide that they can't stop thinking about you and they have to be with you, and they're willing to move mountains to be with you, and that might include coming to move where you are now. And then you can have it all. But again, it's up to you. This is your stuff, that it's your mind, what you can wrap your mind around. Ooh, I'm getting hungry. Like a veggie sandwich or something. Alphabet Sarah says, what are your favorite affirmations at the moment? Always everything is working out, best case scenario. Definitely good. Oh man, there was one yesterday that babe, you don't remember what that was from yesterday, do you? No, we don't remember. I don't remember. An affirmation I said yesterday that I really liked. I was like, that's going to be my new affirmation. And then I forgot it. So I just always am thinking, no matter what, everything's working out. It's all working out. I got this. I'm in control. I'm choosing it. Everything is working out. It's working out exactly the way I want it to. It's unfolding. Like right now we're trying to get a house, and we just found like the most perfect house yesterday. So the house is ours. It's already happening. We're energetically signed. I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Everything's working out. That's kind of where I'm at right now. It's all working out. I'm in control. Of course it's working out. How could it not? I'm staying focused. Yes, it's working out. Yes, things are happening the way I want them to, because I'm in control. All of that answers the question. Thank you guys. You're so sweet. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate you. Okay. 1 year of love says, I manifested a man who was everything I thought I wanted. 99% anyway. Out of nowhere, it ended. I'm okay with that because I know I was close. Any thoughts on almost manifestations? That's funny because one of my clients, we have an inside joke. She called it what does she call it? Oh, a premature manifestation. So we've been laughing about these premature manifestations. So Friday's video is about premature manifestations, or also what I like to call the blending period. So where you're getting like some of what you want and a little bit of the old stuff or whatever. But almost manifestations, I would say that what that means, it's just evidence of the fact that you weren't like always in the right mind frame, and there were times when you were entertaining things that didn't work for you, or at the end of the day, underneath it all, there are still some beliefs that you can't really like out manifest, that are still just like corralling you into your little pen, that you haven't really addressed yet. So I would start digging deep, figuring out how you were feeling before before it ended out of nowhere. There was something going on within you that you would have been doing, entertaining thoughts or fears or worries that would have caused that out of nowhereness to happen. Carrie, thank you. Appreciate you. Sienna says, what are your favorite types of questions to answer? I like to answer questions that are not related to relationships. And I like to answer questions that are not repetition, like questions I answer every single time, 70 times on a live stream. I love new ideas. I love questions that have to do with people thinking beyond themselves and beyond just this, like this person in front of me and why don't they love me? And even self-esteem stuff. Not that I don't obviously want to help with self-esteem, but I like to see somebody that's like understands that they're creating their situation. So they're not worried about how they look or something, because they know that's just irrelevant, and they know that they look amazing or they feel amazing in their skin, and that's just not on their radar, because we don't want to we're not tearing down the boat that we're sailing in. I like questions that that challenge me to think. I like questions that have to do with quantum physics or energy realm. I mean, obviously I'm not a quantum physicist. I can barely understand what the hell they're saying, but I like questions that are a little bit out of the box. I like to be challenged. I liked in the beginning of the first half of this video when I answered like 2 questions at once to kind of like make them work together. I like doing stuff like that. I like to be on my toes. I like to think new. I'm going to be picking and choosing questions just because there's getting some repeats here. Maru says, what would be the best way to manifest someone out of your life? Just visualizing everything being harmonious, send them on their way, give them something amazing to go do, and then visualize them just kind of like figuring themselves out and being like, okay, over there. Like, we don't want to do it with like anger or hatred or desperation. Like, let's just send them off on their way. They got accepted to a school. Oh my God, I'm so excited for them. They're doing this over here. They got this great job. I'm so proud of them. I never see that person anymore. That's so weird. I used to see them all the time. I haven't seen them in fucking years. Whatever. Like, again, change your story to decide that it is something else. Okay. Jaya says, I love when you get fired up. So many other creators don't like to talk about personal responsibility and manifestation. Personal responsibility is manifestation, okay? Taking the responsibility for your thoughts and where your mind is at is exactly what you need to do in order to manifest everything you want. So the longer the longer people decide that, I don't know, how come people are doing this to me? You're just going to keep getting it. Take some goddamn responsibility. You're doing it all. Focus your thoughts and focus them only on what you want, period. She said she liked when I got fired up, so I got fired up for her. Okay. Keeping it, Rhea says. Just watching myself. I'm so ridiculous. I'm so extra, you guys. I really tried to, but I'm not. Okay. My husband's laughing at me. All right. Okay. Shakira, your question I answered in the beginning of the other half of the live stream. My computer died, so I had to like switch it into 2 videos. So she asked how to stop past manifestations when my head was in a negative space from manifesting. Now that I'm in a better headspace, just be in and just like, okay, it's fine, it's working out now. I don't know what was going on earlier, but I know that this is happening this way. And just be in the mind frame of, I don't care how I felt before. It doesn't fucking matter, because right now I'm manifesting it, and nothing matters from before. Heather says a pink or lilac zip up with black wing print all over would be kind of cool. I'll look into that. I'm entertaining pink hoodies, because I obviously did black because I only wear black, but I also like pink. So I'm looking, because I saw someone else wearing, in a Teespring video, I saw someone wearing a pink hoodie, and I was like, ooh, kind of want that. So yeah, I'll look into pink or lilac, either one. I'm down. Stephanie, can I do a makeup tutorial someday? I'm so on the fence about this. I'm really on the fence about it, just because, well, first of all, it's extra work and I have like no time. Maybe once my assistant starts. Secondly, to be really frank, I don't know if I want to insert myself into the beauty industry, the YouTube beauty community. Not that I don't follow and love them, but I don't know if I want to have that kind of attention on my channel. Does that make sense? I haven't figured, and I don't know how well it will be received. Like, I know people ask me for it a lot here, but at the same time, I'm kind of hesitant to put something off brand on this channel, just because I spent a year and a half building, like when Roxy Talks was on my Roxy Lee Hart channel, which Roxy Lee Hart is my music channel. So I had the Roxy Talks show on Roxy Lee Hart's channel for a year and a half, and nobody saw it, right? Because it was not the right channel for the content that I was putting out. The second I put everything on its own channel that was completely and strictly targeted towards people who are interested in manifestation and law of attraction, this is why it's so successful. So there's a few things that kind of prevent me from doing the makeup thing. I mean, I could do it on the Roxy Lee Hart channel, but you guys would have to go over there and follow that one in order for obviously to see it. Okay. Samantha said, I'm going to answer Samantha and Evelyn's questions together. Samantha says, noticing I'm having trouble keeping my mindset on manifesting, and then I easily go back to old thinking patterns. Any tips? And then Evelyn says, do you ever feel overwhelmed because you have to think positively about everything so that you don't manifest something bad? I feel like these are very closely related questions. So let me look at this real fast. Okay, so first things first, to Evelyn's question. I made a video for you, just so you know, because I notice your comments, I pay attention to what everyone's saying, and I notice that you have a very hard time believing in this process. And so I made a whole video, it's going to be out Wednesday, how to believe in your power and your process, and like / brainwashing, because I notice a lot of your questions are always like very skeptical, which I understand, but like this is happening whether you like it or not. So I think for you, like you just really need to accept it and just get over it. And I mean that in the best possible way, with love, of course. But the thing for you, I want to say, Evelyn, is that I think that you are worried too much about this positivity thing. Like you're have to think positive, have to be positive. We don't have to be positive all the time. We do need to be productive. It needs to at least go in alignment with where we're going, because otherwise there's just no point. You already have what you have now. So if you are not in the mind frame of something new, then obviously you're in the mind frame of something that already is, and that's just going to continue to perpetuate and manifest. So if you can't be positive, that's fine. Just don't be unproductive. Don't be tearing down the walls of the house that you're literally building. So first things first, I guess I'm answering these separately, Evelyn. So when I first started my 30 days of alignment challenge, that whole point was for me, I was like, I'm going to figure out how to be positive for 30 days straight. I don't want to be pissed off about something stupid. I'm not going to fly off the handle. I'm not going to get mad. For 30 days straight, I'm going to be positive and I'm going to see what happens. Well, what I learned in that 30 days is obviously how to focus my mind and stay happy. I also learned, obviously, the benefits of being positive all the time is much better than being negative all the time or entertaining your negative thoughts. But the real thing about it is that I learned is that because you can feel however you want and still manifest. You don't have to be positive to manifest. The thing about it is that once your manifestation comes, you're still you. So if you haven't done anything to figure out how to feel better, you're going to be the negative ass Nancy, not saying you are, but you're going to be the negative Nancy version of yourself that you are, no matter what your manifestation is. So you can manifest going to Disneyland. You have no dollars in your bank account. I'm going to Disneyland. I don't care. I will be at Disneyland no matter what. This is happening. But if you don't figure out how to not be a sourpuss and not be doubting yourself constantly and poo-pooing everything and questioning everything and not letting it work, even if you do get to Disneyland, guess who shows up there? Negative Nancy. And she does not have a good time anywhere because she's always looking and noticing what's not working. Okay. So from now on, I want you to be paying attention to what is working, paying attention to what does manifest, paying attention to your thoughts, because I don't want to call you out. I really don't want to call you out, honestly. But girl, like I've seen you comment so many times, and it's never been something that's like, I take that back. I did see you post one thing that was like, oh yeah, she's getting it. I felt like that. But then it's like most of the things I see from you are you questioning whether it's working, wondering why it's not working, questioning how you believe. Like it's always a question. So that tells me that you probably have a lot of uncertainty in your life because you're constantly questioning. So I want you to just make yourself believe it. 30 days, brainwash yourself, force yourself to trust that whatever is happening because it's already happening. You're manifesting whether you like it or not. So I want you to, this is when I'm talking about taking responsibility. I want you to take responsibility. I want to see you coming back and saying, I stopped questioning. I just started declaring and believing and not letting myself get in the way. I'm not going to worry how it's happening. I'm not going to wonder why it's not here. I'm not going to try to outlogic it. I'm just going to let it happen. And I want to see what happens for you, because I definitely want to see you get there. I want to see you not worry about things that are negative and not worry about how hard it is to think positive. If I can't have a positive thought, fine. That doesn't change the fact that I'm going to happy, healthy billionaire land, regardless of how I feel right now. I'm only going to think thoughts that work with that. So I don't have to be positive. I don't have to be like, I'm a billionaire. Everything's so great. Working out for me, yada, yada, yada. But I can just be like, yeah, everything's fine. It's fine. I don't have to worry. Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about. I can think about petting dogs instead of thinking about how hard it is to manifest. Or if I'm wondering where things are, you know what? That thought's not working for me. I'm going to put on some music and dance around my living room. I'm going to call a friend that always has funny things to say. I'm going to watch YouTube videos about cats, because I know that I have to have something completely different to get myself out of this mind frame where I'm constantly questioning and tearing down the walls of the house I'm building. Not going to do that anymore. From now on, I'm working for my manifestations and not against them, okay? I want to see this for you, girl. I really do. Okay, Samantha. It's the same thing. If you're easily going back to old thinking patterns, you need to be on top of it. You need to be disciplined. You cannot allow yourself to think these thoughts just because it's easy. And you got to police it. You got to be on top of it. It's got to be more important for you to get where you're going than to soak up whatever it is you got going on. It just has to be. And you have to be disciplined. Like, think about professional athletes. Professional athletes are arguably it's the highest paid job on the planet, pretty much, right? Like, there's not really many other jobs you can do where you're going to make hundreds of millions of dollars a year just from doing your job, right? But here's the thing about those athletes. They earn every dollar, right? They are the most conditioned and disciplined people pretty much on the planet. And that's why they are energetically compensated the way they are, because they put in 110% every fucking day. They stay on top. They discipline themselves. They don't let themselves slip. And they are energetically compensated through their paychecks, okay? So you need to think like that. Be an athlete. Be on top of these thoughts. Discipline, condition, focus. It needs to be important for you to get where you're going, and less important to soak up whatever you got now. Just like the cake analogy. It needs to be more important for you to not eat that cake so it doesn't show up on your ass in 2 months, right? Love you guys. Thanks for letting me yell at you. Jaya says, is your podcast available on Apple Podcasts? I've taken a look for it and I can't seem to find it, but damn, I need it for when I'm done myself. Yes, it is. It's on all the podcasts. And if you can't find it, look on my website, roxytalks.com, and then there's a tab for it. But it's on all the platforms. Dominique says, I love your channel. I'm listening to Abraham Hicks for 4 years now, but you are sure bringing something new. I love your sassiness. Thank you. Here's my thing about Abraham. I love her. Went to see her live. Like, she is just a freaking doll. Like, she is the most adorable person. I love Esther. She's so cute. Here's the thing that I have this is how I feel about Abraham Hicks as of this moment. My thing about Abraham is that I think what's going on is that because she has that tap on like directly exactly what's going on, that she's she's so advanced that she's kind of forgotten all the stuff in the middle that it takes to get there. And the reason I feel this way is because I've kind of gotten there too. Like, I've said before that I don't really resonate with my old stuff, and like I want to take old stuff down a lot. But then I remember I did have to go through the spirituality journey. I did have to go through the meditating every day. I did have to go to making myself be positive every single day for 30 days, like I said, and then continuing on throughout the summer until I realized that it wasn't that was manifesting. It was just what I decide of my reality, period, is what manifests. So what she's teaching is that it is just being of the energy that it's already done, right? But because she's so advanced and has such a finger on like exactly what's happening, that there's a bunch of stuff in between that's getting glossed over, and people aren't able to apply it, right? Because I listen to Abraham a lot too, and I love her to death. But I think that's where I think that's why a lot of people might have trouble with Abraham, is because it's almost too advanced. And if you're not like already like partially almost there, it's going to be harder for you to connect to it. But I will say her teachings are what got me to do the 30 days of alignment, where I was positive for like 90 days straight, maybe even more. And it was completely liberating and amazing. And it helped me get to where I'm at. And I need to get back into it because I've gotten lazy. And when I had the realization that I can feel however I want to feel and my manifestations are still going to come, that's when I stopped caring about being positive all the time. I'm like, I could be a bitch all day and I'm still going to get what I want. So not that I am. I don't like to be that person anymore, but she's still there. Okay. What a great question. Babe, they're asking about you. Okay, Star says, don't know if you already talked about this, but how did your husband respond / react to LOA? Also love the hair. Thank you. My husband is my coach. And it's really funny because this wasn't always like this, but in the last, just ever since we kind of figured everything out and kind of got like on board, you know, he listens, he's here. He listens to this. He watches Mindset Monday if he's not at work. He listens to my sessions just because he's here. And even if have my headphones in and he can't hear the person, he's hearing what I'm saying to them. So he's constantly absorbing this information. And my husband and he's always been obviously very extremely supportive of everything I've ever done. But we kind of got into like fringy type stuff together. And like the first unfolding of all of this was watching Ancient Aliens, because I talked about this in I think it's tomorrow's videos or Wednesday's video. I used to be like a really hardcore atheist, and like if it wasn't in front of me, I didn't believe it. I don't care what it was. So when I started watching Ancient Aliens, that was the first time I was ever like, oh shit, like maybe something else is going on this planet that I didn't even like. I literally would never even consider it. Like, no, sorry, I'm a smart person. If it's not in front of me, it's not real. But which is funny because, and I even said this in my video, it's like, I used to only believe in physical matter and now I don't even really believe in matter. So, so my husband has always kind of been there, like along the journey. And then he was, when I manifested the person that that musician that in LA, the first time I manifested a person, it was like my first time, like manifesting something. I had never heard of The Secret or anything. He was in the car. We were on a road trip. So he knew that I had been manifesting this person because I had been I knew I was going to meet them. I just know I'm going to meet them. And then I was like daydreaming on it, entertaining it. What if it's like this? What if it's like this? And I had this scene that I played in my head over and over and over of us turning around and being face to face in a clothing store. Well, my manifestation happened almost exactly the way it was supposed to, except I kind of fudged it up at the end. Like I mentioned earlier, I messed up. Anytime I have a person manifestation, I've kind of like flubbed it up a little bit, but I still take it as like, damn, I did this. I'm powerful. So he was there for that instance. He was there when we saw this person that I had manifested. We didn't know what manifesting was at the time. So I didn't know if I predicted it or made it happen, which was both, obviously. So he was there for that. So he's always been on board because he's just kind of always been a part of the journey. And now where we're at is that he listens to me so much that he's obviously picked it up. He counsels everyone in his life. And now he's my coach because I still need people to talk to, right? Because I still have my own issues. Like I said, I can't be alone with my thoughts for too long because they go really fucking dark, really fucking fast. So I have my same issues. If I don't stay on top of my practice, I will slip. Let me rephrase this. I'm very good about staying on top of my practice. I'm constantly redirecting, but my husband helps me stay focused. And when I need someone to talk to, that's who I talk to. Because again, I don't have a coach. I don't have anyone else that I can bounce ideas off of. And I can, like when I'm having issues I can't stop spiraling on, he's the person who talks me out of it and helps me like, what are you talking about? Like, of course this is working out. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. So he's amazing. Also, I'm just going to toss this idea out here because the whole idea is for him to be on board with the business. Of course, this is like the family business, but I've been trying to figure out how to like bring him on board. And now I'm kind of thinking maybe he would come on as a coach eventually when he's comfortable, obviously. But let me know what you guys think about that. If that's something you'd be interested in. He's never going to be like on YouTube or something. It's just not really his thing, but coaching people might be something that we would do down the line, or like a dual coaching, like a relationship coaching from a married couple. I don't know. The stuff I've entertained. Pink crew neck. Okay. All right. I'll do a pink one, you guys. Okay, fine. A pink crew. Another person said yes. Okay, fine. All right. Pink. We're going to do a pink. I like it. Sienna says, if we collectively manifest a story of living in balance with our earth resources and collective respect for our environment, will we create that reality? Here's the deal, girl. If you create that reality for yourself, you will shift into the world where that is the reality. So yes, but you got to go there, okay? And stop noticing what's wrong with the world and start being part of what's right, making the change yourself. Michelle says, how about a Black Moon Society manifestation journal? Definitely part of the plan. Definitely on the plan, but right now I'm really limited on the merch just because that's what's available to get the YouTube shelf, which is like, it's not important, but once I saw it, I was like, I have to have that. So like as soon as I was like eligible for it, I was like, put the shelf up. But I will be doing like more like personalized merch, like actual like merch of my own at some point. So journals are 100% part of that deal. We're just not quite there yet, but we're working on it. Stephanie, I'm not going to read your comment. You are beautiful, and thank you. Evelyn says, make merch to say circumstances don't matter or everything's working out best case scenario. So I've been mentioning I have 3 new things coming out. The best case scenario is one of those things. So that is coming. Thank you, Evelyn. And I'm excited for that shirt because that's one of the best affirmations that thing works really well. What time is it? Oh, fuck me. Okay. All right. We're all running out of questions here. I mean, we're not running out of questions. We're running out of time. What if everything we want is already done in the vortex, as Abraham Hicks puts it, and that all we have to do is find a way of feeling good and allowing all that we want will come? Kind of already addressed that. Yeah, if you just know that it's coming, and then it will. You just know that it's working. Okay, we're going to do 3 more questions. Not including this one. Heather says, maybe you could do an Instagram TV for the makeup because I think people will keep asking, even I want to see it, and I'm a makeup artist. Okay. All right. Actually, I like that idea. But part of doing social media, I need a social media manager. So if anyone's a social media manager, please email me I don't necessarily need a resume, just your history, your work history and your rates, please. Because I do need someone to do my social. Okay, Evelyn. Okay, I'm seeing your comments. Thank you for not being offended. I kind of went hard on you, but it's from love, of course. I like this comment you just said. It's interesting how there's different kinds of law of attraction YouTubers. Like there's some that are into spirit guides and crystals, numerology, etc. And then there's Neville Goddard / God of Your Reality people. Yeah. And then there's me. Because I don't really subscribe to either of those things. I'm more of I'm more of the energetic, and I'm like, oh, my energy, but more like, no, this place is energy. We're all energy. I'm on the scientific side. Not that I'm a scientist, guys. I'm not a quantum physicist. I'm not that smart. But I do, again, like I said, I want to know what's going on this planet. If we're all energy, how does energy behave? And how do I make it work in my favor? So I like to study the quantum physics. I like to study the scientists who are looking at energy and telling us how it works so that I can draw the correlations to manifestation. And that's where I have found the most success is like when I started realizing how energy works and then equating it to a manifestation, it makes so much sense to me. So I agree. There's definitely different ways of looking at it. And that's why I said earlier, I can't really watch other people's stuff because it doesn't resonate with me anymore. Like I love crystals. you can't really see my crystal. I have a bunch of crystals sitting right here. I love them. They're beautiful. And I used to meditate with them. Again, I used to meditate every single day. Maybe I should go back because I think that getting into a nice place in my mind is not going to hurt. But yeah, I don't resonate with that kind of stuff anymore. And even Neville, not that I don't resonate with him, but like that was like 60 years ago, not that it's not right, but we have made so many advances in understanding science and energy and things like that. I mean, that was like Einstein time, and Einstein has been, I don't want to say disproven, but his ideas have been expanded upon and shown to be not exactly what's going on. So I want to be up to the minute. I want to know what do they know is going on right now and how do I use it to my favor, period. That's it. So if that's what you're into, then this is the channel for you. Babe, Al says, thank you for taking care of our Roxy, Mr. Roxy Talks. You're so sweet. Thank you. He does. Oh my God. I don't know what I would do. I'd probably kill myself. There's a heads up. No, that's terrible. I should not have said that out loud. Can you erase that? I'm sorry, guys. Not lying. Okay. Okay. All right, Nina. She says, feeling bad because I cried last night, sad because my marriage is falling apart, husband moved away, and I have another specific person I want. Sometimes I just want to be held at night by my specific person, or at least get a phone call or text from him checking in on me. Okay. I know it's hard, guys. I know that I probably sound cold. I'm kind of a cold person, but I know I probably sound cold and callous and just like more like, well, just do it, just focus. But that's really, I mean, that's what it is, right? Like that's what a coach does. That's what a person does. Is like, listen, I understand it's hard, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't mean you can't do it. It's not like you can't do it just because it's hard. It just means you need to focus a little bit more and you need to find ways to be okay right now. So I was talking earlier before, it's probably on the other, there's going to be like 2 versions of this just because my computer died. But earlier I was talking about how you want to live out that relationship that you have energetically in your mind so that you're giving yourself the kisses and the cuddles. You're giving yourself the text messages and the phone calls and the checking ins energetically in your mind so that not only are you creating the environment for the universe to manifest for you, but you're also building up I'm sorry, how do I say this? You're taking away the sting from these things. You're making it hurt a little less because anytime you start to notice the absence, you're like, wait, what am I talking about? Absence. He was holding me last night. I got a text message. I remember checking it. Like you got to be of the mind frame that of the you that's in that relationship in order for you to be in that relationship. Issa says, the scripting practice has changed my life. Everything is so perfect right now. Every day is magical. Just working on manifesting my business. And she said, tell us how you manifested your iPad. You guys saw it. I said, I'm going to get an iPad for Christmas. And I did. Well, my mom sent me money for Christmas and I bought an iPad with it. That's how I manifested it. It was on my list and I got it done. Melanie said, how do you get the name Black Moon Society? Black Moon comes from a song of mine. I have a song called Black Moon. And that song is it's kind of about toxic people, but at the end of the day, it's more so about not letting the shit that's hanging, like the black moon is like the shit that's hanging over you. Like not letting it get to you, just like being like you no matter what. So the Black Moon Society, well, for one, it was a name that wasn't taken and I could get the Instagram, the Facebook and all the stuff at once and the website. Or do I have a website? I don't know. Anyways, I was able to get like all the social media from it. So that's one reason why I chose that name. And then also just because I wanted it to communicate like the type of people that I would attract. It's, somebody, if you hear the term Black Moon Society, if you're into like spirituality or if you're into crystals or moon phases and this is where I was when I created the group as well, it instantly like piques your interest. If you're into something like that, it kind of attracts, and it also instantly repels anybody that's like not into, things that are not of the physical world. It'll repel them, which is fine because I don't need them anyways. Not in a mean way, but like I don't, if they're not into it, then I don't have anything to help them with. Okay, one more question. Okay. Gigi says, any tips for manifesting productivity or knowledge in my career field? I'm always trying to teach myself things, but sometimes get lost in the weeds. Okay. So for one thing, we're just going to say I'm really good at this. I'm a natural. This comes easy to me. Every single day I'm learning more and more. Every single day I understand more and more. It's like I'm always constantly led to new cutting edge information. Part of the reason why, I think part of the reason why I do have these ideas that are kind of like fresh and different is because I say every single day that I understand manifesting more and more every single day. And I also script every single night that I'm the most leading edge law of attraction person. Again, I'm not necessarily saying that that's true. I'm not like, I'm the best, blah, blah, blah. I'm putting that into my scripting as like, this is the world that I'm creating for myself. I also put in that I'm the Tony Robbins of my generation. Is that harming anybody? No. Am I going to get there? I don't really know, but if I get anywhere near there, then I've accomplished my goal. So I make my goals lofty. Okay. You are understanding this. You are better and better every day. People are asking you for information. Every day you're getting downloads that make it more and more easier for you to understand and get it. And how about this? Manifest. Because I'm good at manifesting, I'm also really good at this because I'm just manifesting a world where I understand it. And now I get it. And now you come to me. And now you see me as the expert because I am an expert in my field. Go where you want with your mind. Nobody gets to know what you're doing upstairs. Nobody has to know what's going on up here, and it's nobody's damn business, and they don't get to control it. They don't get to choose it. They don't get to decide for you. So you can decide that all of your colleagues are in awe of you because you are so good at this and you always understand and you're learning more and more and everybody loves you and your bosses love you and all these stories. And when you said you're trying to teach yourself, but sometimes get lost in the weeds, whenever you feel like you're lost, what am I saying? I'm right where I need to be. If I'm in the thick of it, that means I'm learning something new. And this is exactly what I asked for. I asked for new information. I asked to understand it better. So if I'm in the weeds, that's my symbol. Shit, I'm learning right now. Let me start soaking it up. Let me focus and know that this is good right now. This is a good pressure. This is me growing. This is the diamond. This is the coal turning into a diamond or whatever. Okay. Okay. What is the best way to change your core beliefs? Figure out what they are. Decide if they're working for you or not, and then rewrite them to work in a way that goes for you. Okay? All right. All right, guys. I'm going to cut it off right now. Put down the iPad officially. Questions? Bye. Sorry. If I didn't get to your question, please come back next week for Mindset Monday. And the earlier you get here and put your question in, the more likely I am to answer it, just simply because I do them first come, first serve. And after a while, it just gets to be overwhelming and I can't continue to do it anymore. So, yeah, check out the Black Moon Society or the Roxy Talks merch. This is the self-manifested tee. It has the Roxy Talks logo on the back. We got, oh, there goes the iPad. We've got hoodies. This is the Black Moon Society hoodie. Super soft. This is the premium hoodie. Black Moon Society on the back. We've got new merch coming out in the next couple of weeks. So there'll be 3 new designs dropping, including everything is working out best case scenario, our favorite. And if you do have suggestions, please leave email, send it out a chat on my website, or you can leave it in the comments. What else do I want to say? You can sign up for one-on-one coaching at roxytalks.com. And we can discuss whatever it is that you are going through. Basically, it's kind of like this, but just for one person. So we just talk about things. I help you figure out what your limiting beliefs are, locating insecurities, doubts, worries, pinpointing where things may have gone wrong in your relationships or manifestations, and then giving you the new affirmations, the new process, the new programming, how to put it into place, how to stay focused, and how to change everything. So that's what this is kind of like what the sessions are like, obviously, but just face-to-face, one-on-one. And we talk about anything you want. That's the sessions. Podcast is up. You can get it on my website or anywhere podcasts are available. What else do we got? Oh, yeah. Looking for a social media manager, preferably somebody with experience. Just because I don't want to, it's not that I don't want to train. I just don't really have time to train somebody. I need somebody that knows, that can take my Dropbox folder of videos and go to town, make memes, post the videos on my socials, put whatever, all that stuff, make it look good. I need a whole Twitter built. Yeah. So let me know your experience and let me know your rates, because this needs to happen ASAP. And then, yeah, maybe we can do makeup tutorials on the YouTube once that's all. Once I feel more streamlined. I have my a new assistant I'm hiring. She's starting at the end of the month. She's going to be here in person. I was toying with the idea of getting a virtual assistant, but at the end of the day, I just really need somebody who's here that I can talk to and help me do stuff. So assistant starting soon. Once that happens, I'll have a little more free time to dedicate to growing and expanding, maybe doing makeup tutorials on the weekend, things like that. So any ideas that you guys have, anything that you're looking for, expanding, books are coming, things are coming down the line, seminars, retreats, things like that. I don't know what else to say. If you have any ideas, let me know. And if you want to reach out for coaching, roxytalks.com is where all the stuff is. I appreciate everybody for being here. Pajamas. I like that idea. I don't wear pajamas, but I like the idea. Interviewing people with success stories. Yeah, that's something we can do. I definitely would like to do more collaborations with people in the community. Yeah, I have a lot of ideas, guys, and I know it's all going to work out because that's just how these things work, and things will be expanding. And so I just appreciate everybody for being here. I super, super, super appreciate the people who are doing the mods and the admins for the group and the YouTube, because like without you, it would be a shit show for sure. So totally appreciate you guys and love you. I would collab with Amanda. I don't know her personally. I guess I do know Megan. Me and Megan have a friendly relationship, so I could talk to her. I'm always weird about, like, I don't know. I'm scared to reach out because the collabs that I have done, they've both reached out to me. So I don't know. Sometimes I'm scared to like reach out to somebody. I don't know. Anyways, if you know them, tell them, send them my way. I'll definitely do a collab, but I don't know. I get kind of shy myself too. So I'm just like more of like a stay in my lane, keep my head down, do my own thing type of person. So I would love to do more collabs. I'm just like shy a little bit. So my husband's laughing at me. Okay, it's time to go. He came out from around the corner to laugh. Okay. All right, guys. Evelyn, thank you for manifesting that collab. I'll talk to Megan and see what she says. But yeah. All right, guys. I appreciate you. Happy Mindset Monday. I will see you soon. Embroider Black Moon Society blazers. Oh, I like a blazer. Okay. So these are ideas for when I actually have like a real legit merch line. Like I can actually design things. This is just like what I'm capable of with Teespring, but I'm totally down. I love going there with stuff. So I like that idea. I like the blazer idea. That's a really, 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 really good idea. And that kind of goes in line with some like ideas I have for expanding Black Moon Society, which I'm not going to really get into, but I like the ideas of blazers. I like that. Thank you. Okay. So thanks everybody. I appreciate you. I love you. Go forth and prosper. Stay in the mind frame of what you want. Believe in your power because it's happening whether or not you like it. So just deal with it. Okay. All right. What's the best that can happen? Okay. All right. Talk to you guys next week. Oh yeah. Let me tell you this week's videos so you're prepared. Tomorrow, Tuesday, should you give up on your SP? Should you give up on manifesting your SP? Wednesday, how to believe in your own power, or also how to brainwash yourself into believing your new thought processes or whatever. Thursday, what to do when you're feeling impatient with your manifestations, how to chill and stay focused. And on Friday, we're talking about premature manifestations, aka the blending period. That's what's going on. And yeah, someone else said another collab with Amanda. Yeah, I'm totally down. If you guys know her, tell her. And yeah, so anybody, if the teachings work, you know, if the ideas are similar, I'm definitely down to talk and have those conversations because it is nice to, like I said, we talked about earlier, I like talking about stuff that's funky and weird and going, you know, elsewhere with these thoughts and getting weird on it. So always open to that. Again, goodbye. Happy Monday. See you guys next week and stay focused on your shit. Okay. Bye.